If you're looking for adult exclusive experiences on the Disney Cruise Line ships, then come along with us tonight as we eat at Palo Steakhouse on the Disney Destiny as our final meal. Now, to dine at this restaurant, you do need to be 18 years or older. You will need to be a little more fancy than at the other restaurants, and you will need a dining reservation. Now, booking your dining reservation early is always recommended, but that doesn't mean you won't be able to get a spot once you're on the ship. Now, Palo is a restaurant located on all Disney Cruise Line ships. However, on the Wish class ship, so the Wish, the Treasure, and the Destiny, you're going to get Palo Steakhouse. Now, this one's going to slightly vary from the other ones, as the other ones are mainly high-end Italian focused. This one edges more towards your seafood and steak options. Now, Palo Steakhouse is going to have slightly different theming than the other Palo restaurants. This is going to be themed with a Cogsworth from Beauty and the Beast vibe. And if you love Beauty and the Beast, you're going to want to hit up this little cluster of restaurants. So you're going to have the Rose, which is the bar, again, adults only. And after 9 p.m., it turns into a 21 exclusive area. Now, here you're able to order specialty wines, drinks from a select menu, as well as other things. And you also have a very exclusive small plates and bites list that you can order food from that is going to be pulled from Enchante, which is the other restaurant in this cluster that is the finest of the dining. It is created by a 3-star Michelin chef, Chef Anad Aliment. I probably said that wrong, but he is the one that came up with all of the food selections for Enchante. And Enchante is going to be themed more towards Lumiere. Now, for our dinner tonight, again, this is not included with our rotational dining, so it is going to be $55 per person for the prefix selection. You can also do a la carte if you want to. Once seated, we did want to start with a drink, so I grabbed the La Primavera, which is the Belvedere Organic Lemon and Basil and Limoncello. And Michael got the Palo Spritz, which is a Ferrari Brut, Aperol, San Pellegrino Blood Orange. Both of these were really delicious and not super sweet or super sour. They were just a good starter drink if you want something that you can kind of chill with during your dinner. The first thing they're going to bring out to you is an Amuse Bouche, so it's a little like tasting from the chef. And this one was like a potato gnocchi with a mushroom sauce. It's just a nice little cute bite. Very delicious. It's amazing how much flavor they packed into this little tiny bite. Especially if you love potatoes and mushrooms, it's going to be a great thing to just try and start with. Now, even though this menu is prefixed, you still get some options. So for the antipasta, me and Michael both picked the frito, the calamari, the gambari, which is calamari, jumbo shrimp, lemon garlic, mayonnaise, and marinara. This is a perfect little seafood plate. It was actually a lot larger than we were both expecting, but they were crispy, which is super important if you're doing breading for us. And then the lemon on top just adds a little pop of flavor. So, highly recommend starting with this one. After that, we go into the ensalada. So we each got a different one. Michael got the crisp romaine hearts, which is a Caesar dressing, toasted ciabatta croutons, quail eggs, and gorgonzola. And I got the baby arugula, virgin olive oil, white balsamic, and Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. Both of us love a wedge salad, so Michael's, of course, was a hit. And then I'm not always an arugula person, but this one was way different than anyone I've had. Definitely had plenty of dressing, and again, just a lot of flavor. Everything here is super flavorful and delicate and simple. And then for our El Secando, or our entree, our main course, I went with the pan-seared salmon. So it's a tapello, honey, parsnip, roasted white asparagus, leek, baby turnip confit, and a Pinot Noir reduction. And Michael went with the grilled choice Angus beef tenderloin, which has a pincata, truffle potato, spinach, and barolo. Both of these were also delicious. The salmon was flaky and, again, light. Very crispy. If you want fish, this is a good way to go. You can get salmon at the other restaurants during the week, but this one is just a much better quality. And then the Angus beef was awesome. It pretty much just fell apart. Again, tons of flavor. Like everything is put really well, cooked really well here. They take their time and really put love into this food. Now, for the dolce or the dessert, we both got the chocolate souffle. If you have figured out anything about me, dessert is my favorite part of any meal. Now, with this, it comes with, we had a little chocolate souffle, and then you get vanilla bean gelato on the side, and then vanilla and chocolate sauce. And it's fun because they break it up for you and they pour the sauce in, and it is hot. Like they say, it is really hot, so be careful. They are not joking. I'm pretty sure I toasted all of my taste buds off, but it was so worth it. The chocolate is melty and creamy and pairs so well with the chocolate souffle, which is very fluffy and so chocolatey. So if you are a dessert chocolate lover, this is going to be your pick. Honestly, out of all of these things that we had tonight, we would go with any of them. Highly recommend it. And $55 per person plus tax and drinks is not horrible for this quality of food. This was also during my birthday, or right after actually. So they made me a cute little happy birthday plate and brought that out to me, which was adorable. And then at the end of dinner, they will bring you like an end of night drink cleanser palette. That's going to be something like a limoncello. Ours was really frothy, so that could have been the one. Sometimes they have a sorbet mixed with it. It was also really delicious. Everything we had tonight was great. We highly recommend coming here and trying it out. Maybe not on a shorter cruise where you only get your rotational dining once, but since this was a 5-night, we just swapped it out with a dining we went to once and that was all we needed. This would be great for a longer sailing. If you're celebrating special occasions, anything like that, you're definitely going to want to come here. And it wasn't packed. There was only a few families in there, and we were way overdressed compared to everybody else. So just know that you may have a ton of people or not. Now just know, since this is a separate dining, you're not going to have your regular waiters here. You're going to have brand new ones, and ours actually had somebody shadowing them. So make sure that when you come here, you please tip them. They're doing an excellent job. It's, again, a much higher up experience, and they also have options here for brunch. And there's also sometimes special drink experiences in here or other little food pairings with it. So keep an eye out on those. Something we are going to recommend that you don't do is making a dining reservation time that is close to the end of the night when you have to turn in your luggage for the next day because you're getting off the ship. So for us, we packed most of the stuff before we went. However, we went to get our jackets and bigger clothes into our suitcase, but we had to have it out by 10 p.m. And so I think we got back from dinner at 9:55, and they are not joking. Most of the suitcases that were out when we left were already gone. So we were running to our room and told a lady, hey, we're going to give it to you in 2 seconds. Please hold. And by the time we got our suitcases out, 5 minutes later, all the suitcases were gone. So do not stress yourself out and wait to pack anything. If you do this late, you're going to want to make sure everything is packed and ready to go before you leave. Now, since it is the last night, there is a goodbye show. So we ran back downstairs to make sure we got to catch that. And it puts you in all the feels. You get to see all the characters that you've seen and met throughout your cruise.
Hello.
And then, as happy as it is, it's also a little sad because you're leaving in the morning to go back to real life. And who wants to do that? I'm going to show you a little bit of those videos, enjoy them, and then we'll touch back once those are done.
Did you have an amazing cruise? Amazing. Well, we're so happy to hear that. On behalf of Captain Andy and all of the crew and officers of the Destiny, thank you so much for choosing to sail with us. But we didn't think it right to say goodbye without one last wave from our friends. What do you say? Should we bring them out? And please welcome Captain Mickey, Captain Smitty, and all of our friends!
Gather, folks, come join us, friends.
Let's finish our story and see how it ends. To be inspired by great heroes.
from us and some friends we've met along the way.
Alright, now that the show is over, we're going to try to squeeze as much last minute magic as we can on the ship by just walking around, taking pictures, enjoying final moments before we head up to bed. But that is going to be it for this week. Tomorrow morning, we will be testing out the rotational breakfast, which we have not done at all on this cruise, right before we leave and head home. So we thank you so much for watching and joining us for all of our Disney Destiny videos. If you are not already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so you can be updated when all of our new videos come out. If you have any Disney loving friends or people thinking about taking a Disney cruise, we'd love if you share these videos with them. Maybe this will give them some good tips. Or if they're looking for help booking their next Disney vacation, we would love to help them and you. Now, let us know down below if you think Palo is worth it, if you would go here, and if you've gone here, what was your experience like? That is all we have for you today. Have a great rest of the week, and we will see you next week with a brand new video. Have a great day, everybody. Bye!